Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one, it is time to talk about Season 7 and the Battle Pass specifically for Season 7. There's so much we need to go over, it is just around the corner, and with that being said guys, we're going to go over a bunch of the details we know about it so far, as well as things that are likely going to be in it, like all of the details about it, like even V-Bucks and stuff like that, and also like what the theme is most likely going to be, because there's been some things happening in game that point towards the possible theme of the next season, so we're definitely going to have to go over all of that stuff and just overall cover so many details about this new season and the new battle pass. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed today's video or find it helpful or just hyped for the new season, be sure to hit that like button down below. On top of that, since the season is almost over, Season 6, what is your favorite item from the Season 6 battle pass? Is it Dire? Is it one of the gliders? Personally for me, I think it might be those like wings back bling because it goes with so many skins, but I'm curious to see what you guys have to say, so leave those comments down below. But yeah guys, without further ado here, let's jump on into it with the first thing I want to go over, and that is the likely release date for the next season. Now as of right now, we don't have an official date, but we can guess what the release date is going to be for the next season and the new battle pass. They kind of go hand in hand, judging by the previous seasons and stuff like that. So first of all, as of right now, and again this changes depending on when you're watching the video, but as of right now, if you go into the battle pass, it says 10 days remaining. Now that's a little odd because today is Sunday, so 10 days away from Sunday would, I think, end on maybe a Wednesday, which is a possibility, I guess, because if it ends on Wednesday, then it would be most likely that the next season would release on that Thursday. So with that being said, and looking at the 10 days and stuff like that, I think the likely date, first of all, for Season 6 to end, and again, these are just guesses, they're subject to change, but I think they're fairly likely, but I think Season 6 will end on Wednesday, December 5th, because, you know, that's when the timer counts down to generally. Could maybe be Thursday as well, but I do think that the next season will likely start on that Thursday, December 3rd. Now, the reason I think that is because the previous seasons have started on Thursdays. Well, at least most seasons. Looking back at it, Season 6 started on Thursday, Season 5 started on Thursday. Oddly enough, Season 4 started on a Tuesday. That was kind of interesting. But then Season 3 also, I believe, started on Thursday most likely. So going for the majority there, I think Thursday is a likely date. Especially since, you know, Season 6 started on supposedly September 27th, which was also a Thursday. So yeah, and then on top of that, real quick, like what time is it going to release then? I would assume it's going to be just like the previous seasons being released, probably going to go up around 4 a.m. And then there's going to be a bit of downtime. You might not be able to play the update for a little bit. Sometimes it can take a couple of hours. Not 100% sure about that. But yeah, that could definitely be the date of the new stuff. Now after that then, real quick, let's talk about the likely things that are going to be inside the battle pass. And the first of which is one that I think you guys all know and love, the V-Bucks. I mean, come on, getting those V-Bucks out of the battle pass is definitely quite a bit of fun and can get you some other skins or maybe like next season's battle pass. So yeah, looking at this season's battle pass to sort of try and predict what is going to be inside of the next one, I think it is likely to guess that the new battle pass will contain 1500 V-Bucks. Unless something changes, but I think that's pretty likely. That's how it is in Season 6. It has 1500 V-Bucks, some in the free pass, some in the paid one, but overall it's 1500. And then I believe that was the similar case for Season 5. I believe that also had 1500. So expect 1500 V-Bucks in this next one, just judging by the ones in the past. Now then on top of that, what about the skins? Well, it is first of all very likely that we are going to have another Tier 100 battle pass filled with different things all the way up to Tier 100. I mean, it is possible they could switch that up. They've been doing Tier 100 since I believe the beginning of battle passes. So who knows, maybe they'll go crazy and there'll be like 150 tiers. Just imagine that. But yeah, going on the safe side, I think 100 tiers is most likely. So then what is going to be in those tiers? Well, like for example, outfits, it is likely that we're going to have 7 new outfits. That's how it was with Season 6. We had 7, and also Season 5, I believe we also had 7. And I think if you look at the previous ones, it's generally around 7 new outfits or skins specifically. So I don't see why they would go away from that. But then on top of that, 4 pickaxes is likely. I believe we had 3 pickaxes actually in Season 6. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But in previous battle passes, it's been around 4. So 3 to 4 pickaxes, I guess, is pretty likely for the battle pass itself in Season 7. And then, you know, on top of that, you also get some back blings. Like Season 6 had 4 different back blings you could get. Some from the main battle pass. 1 came with like Dire and stuff like that. So yeah, I think 4 back blings is likely. And also I think there's going to be 4 gliders, just judging by the ones we've had in this battle pass. So yeah, definitely pretty interesting there. I know we're going to get a ton of awesome stuff. I cannot wait to see what it is. Now on top of that, guys, there's going to most likely, more than likely actually, probably be some new type of item. Now, this is where I'm going to need your guys' help to sort of come up with ideas of what this new item could be, because we really have no idea as of right now. We just know that it's probably pretty likely that there is going to be some new type of item. Now, the reason I think that is because I believe the previous 2 battle passes have had new types of item. I think maybe season 4 did as well, not 100% sure, but I do know that season 6 we had the introduction of pets. That was for sure a brand new item. I mean, we've never seen anything like that before. And then we also got music packs. So actually we got 2 new types of items there. So maybe we won't see just 1, but maybe 2 new things in the season 7 battle pass. Hard to say right now, but I would hope we get 2. But yeah, then on top of that, you also had season 5, which gave us some new items as well, like toys and maybe something else, but I can't quite remember. But I do for sure remember that toys like the golf ball and the basketball were for sure new during that season. So with that being said, what is going to be the new item that we're going to see in the season 7 battle pass? Now again, I'd love to hear your guys' ideas for this, so comment them down below. But one thing that I think is very likely, just actually judging by some things that are happening in game right now, I think it could be likely that we could be seeing some sort of like helmets or hats as like a customizable item. Now, why do I think that? Well, because of Food Fight. There's been a rumor or just like a theory that's been going around that Food Fight could maybe be a way of testing out different hats. And I mean, it clearly does work in Food Fight. No matter what character you use, you're able to put on a different hat, which is, you know, either the beef boss head or the tomato head. But yeah, again, it clearly does work in Food Fight. So maybe this is a way of them testing that out, and we could see other heads or helmets come into the game. And then those would be things that you can put on like any character, and it would be an extra layer of customization. I think that's very likely because, again, they've already made it work for Food Fight, so why wouldn't they be able to make it work as a type of item? I don't know, guys. Again, that is just an idea, just a rumor, theory, whatever you want to call it. So nothing concrete quite yet. And then another thing I had an idea for, there's got to be some sort of like snowball item. I mean, come on, guys. For December, all they'd have to do is like reskin the tomato a little bit into a snowball. I just love that so much. I think that could be a likely thing as well. But comment your ideas down below. Now, keeping it going here with another thing, we also have to talk about the likely theme of the next season and like the skins in the battle pass. But before we get into that, one other thing I want to talk about real quick is the price of the battle pass most likely. Now, if it's the same as it's been in the past, and I think it will stay the same. I mean, it's stayed the same for quite a few seasons now, but I'm pretty sure that the base version of the new battle pass will be 950 V-Bucks. So that's the version that just gets you the battle pass by itself, no bonuses or anything like that, and definitely can always be a good way to go. But then on top of that, there's also most likely going to be a head start version, which judging from previous seasons is probably going to be around 2,800 V-Bucks. I believe that's how it was in season 6 as well, but then that will give you a 25 tier head start. So yeah, that may or may not be worth it to you, just getting you guys the info on that. But moving on here, guys, let's jump into a little bit of a theory here, but this has to do with the season 7 theme and the overall theme of the battle pass. Some interesting things have been happening on the map, so I definitely want to go over them because I do think they have to do with this season 7 theme and, again, the battle pass. And I do think it's pretty likely like what a bunch of these skins and items are going to be. So yeah, guys, the first thing that I want to bring up is a pretty huge clue, and that is the snowstorm. Now, obviously, a lot of you know about the snowstorm. We've talked about it before, but something is actually changing with the snowstorm. And first of all, if you don't even know what the snowstorm is, it is this cloud over here. If you go to Flush Factory and take a look over there, you can see it over there, and it's what people have been calling a snowstorm. And also, even like if you take a look at Aim, he seems to have some ice on his like hands and feet. So the theory is that these two are connected. However, something interesting that's happening with this snowstorm is that it is actually getting larger. That is right. I'll try and give you some pictures here to sort of compare, and it may be a little bit hard to tell, but it is for sure getting larger, which could probably mean that it's getting closer to the map itself, the island. Now, if a snowstorm is getting close to the map, that could definitely mean that the theme could be winter themed. On top of that, we also had the what is it called, the deep freeze bundle that could also be pointing towards it. And then on top of that, if you take a look at the season 6 battle pass, so many of the items were themed around Halloween. So since the next battle pass is around Christmas and the holidays, I think it's safe to say that we could see a bunch of holiday themed items within the battle pass, similar to, you know, the season 6 battle pass with Halloween. So I don't know, maybe a Christmas tree pickaxe, maybe like a Santa's sleigh glider. Those are just some ideas off the top of my head that I came up with. But if you guys have ideas as well, leave them down below in the comments. But like, could you imagine a Santa's sleigh glider? That just seems like something that would be in the game. You could have like toys or presents flying out of the back of it, and you just be riding on the bottom of the glider, like going towards the map, trying to deliver presents. Maybe we'll also see like a Santa themed skin or something like that. I could see a bunch of that stuff coming into the game. But yes, again, overall, I do think we're going to see a winter themed, holidays Thurs theme, so I'm excited to see if that happens. On top of that though, moving on to the next thing I want to talk about here, this is just a little bit of confirmation here that the skins within the Season 6 Battle Pass will not be returning, so I think that'll be the same case for Season 7 with that Battle Pass as well. And the reason I think that is because if you actually go into the Battle Pass info itself for Season 6 Battle Pass, it says specifically the exclusive cosmetic items you earn from a Battle Pass are yours to keep forever and will not be obtainable again. Keywords there, not be obtainable again. So more than likely, these skins will never be returning outside of the Battle Passes that they are released in, and we've never seen that happen, so I don't think they'll change that anytime soon. And I believe this is the same thing that's been said on the previous Battle Passes. At least I'm pretty sure it's been on Season 5. I think I remember seeing it on that one, so I don't see why Season 7 would be any different. But again, maybe we'll get some different things like different amount of tiers. Maybe it's about time they switch that stuff up, so I'm excited to see just how that, is switched up. But keeping it going here with the other thing I want to talk about, how long is Season 7 going to last? Because that is an important thing to go over, just because, it's fun to keep in mind just how long the season will last. So again, if this is similar to the previous seasons, and if it has the same amount of tiers, or I guess I shouldn't say if it's the same amount of tiers, that could switch up in different ways and it still could be the same time, but I do think they'll keep the same time frame of seasons. It seems to be a perfect amount, but yeah, judging by the previous seasons, especially Season 6, obviously they last around 10 weeks. You have 10 weeks of challenges. Now, some are a little bit different, give or take, but like for Season 6, again, it started on Thursday, September 27th, and if it ends at around Thursday, December 6th, that is about 10 weeks or so. It actually may or may not be exactly 10 weeks, and then 10 weeks would mean 70 days, so I expect Season 7 to be similar and probably be around 70 days in terms of how long it'll stick around. And I can't quite remember, but I feel like that's the amount that was on the Battle Pass when it first came out for Season 6, so correct me if I'm wrong there, but I would expect it to be around 2 months or 70 days around that time frame. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button down below. On top of that, you can check out some of my previous videos here, such as on the left, going through a bunch of update news, such as with Wreck-It Ralph, and then on the right, my Week 9 challenges guide. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.